Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me makeup tutorial, and I'm going to be using quite a few products that are new to me. Some of them were sent to me and some of them I bought on my own. I do love sharing PR with you guys. If you guys don't like it that things were sent to me, just know that I'm completely unbiased. These videos are not sponsored. I've never done a sponsored video, and if I do, you guys will be the first to know. But I do want to share these new things with you because they've been sitting here, I've been eyeing them and playing around with them, and I love sharing new things with you. So first off, I'm pretty sure this video is going to be a long one, so go ahead and grab a snack. I'm sorry if you don't like long videos, but when I do get ready with me's, and especially first impressions, I tend to go into detail about things and tell you what I'm doing step by step. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. Today I threw together a summer dewy makeup look, so if you want to see how I got it, then just keep watching. Okay, so we're going to start off with my eyebrows. I never used to care about this step, but now when I do my makeup in videos, I look back while I'm editing and I'm like, I wish I would have started with my brows because I just stare at how uneven they are. So I'm going to use my new Anastasia Dip Brow. I am new to the whole brow product world, and I'm really glad that I picked this up because obviously by looking at my brows you can tell that I don't need to fill them in, but I do need to even them out, and all I do is build up my arch on this brow so that it matches this brow. So I'm just going to be taking my Pro Brow Brush from Beauty Junkies, and I take this little angled side and barely dip it into the dip brow. One thing I do notice about this product is it's starting to dry out and be a little bit less creamy than it was the day that I bought it, and I'm thinking I'm just not tightening the lid enough and it's kind of getting some air in there and drying it out, so I might have to add some oil to this eventually or something to make it go back to its normal creamy texture. So I need to brush out my brows a little bit because they're all messed up from when I took a shower. And I'm going to just build up the arch. And then once it's as arched as I want it, I just go through. I have a little scar in this eyebrow. I don't know if you can see it, but I like to fill it in with some of this product. And then to make the dip brow match my brow a little bit more, I like to set my brow with Hot Chocolate, the brown eyeshadow out of the Anastasia Self-Made palette, this color right here. I just take the same exact brush and I pick up a little bit of that eyeshadow and I just place it exactly where I put the dip brow. And this just darkens it up and makes it match my natural brow hair a little bit more. And then I like to brush my hairs kind of upwards so that I have some natural brow hair covering that area. Now, I don't normally take this step, but for the purpose of this video and because I always get really annoyed while I'm editing if I have some sparse hairs in my brows, I'm just going to take my Chella Eyebrow Defining Gel, and this is just a clear eyebrow gel, and I'm just going to run this through the eyebrow hairs so that they stay put and I don't have to worry about them going all sparse and falling. And that is it for my brows. So the first of the new products I'm going to try today is from Amazing Cosmetics. They sent me over a concealer, a corrector, and a line smoother and primer, which is this product. And I did test this out on my hand just because I was really intrigued by it. This is a primer, obviously, but this little tube has some little roller balls on the end of it, which are cooling, and I just tried it out on my hand and it did feel really good and cooling. And then it kind of has a little silicone primer that comes out when you squeeze the tube. So I am going to try this underneath my eyes and maybe around my nose where I normally put my primer to just see how this works for me. And I do think this would be a really good step if you have under eye bags or if you need to kind of brighten up your under eyes a little bit. This is my first product like this, so I'm very interested to see how it works for me. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of this primer out and then roll it underneath my eyes. And it does kind of come out white and then it just blends out clear. And I do have lines underneath my eyes. Lines are the biggest issue with my under eyes because it tends to make my concealer crease really bad, so I'll be interested to see if this helps my concealer out. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Don't really know how much you're supposed to use or anything like that. It does feel really good and it feels silicone-y, so it is kind of filling in my lines underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of this around my nose, just because I always have to prime in that area. Those are pretty much the only areas that I have lines that need to be filled, so that's it for this product. It does feel really good and smooth, and it kind of has a minty smell to it, which I like, so we'll see if it makes my makeup go on nicer. So technically I'm not going to be wearing a foundation today. You guys are probably wondering what this big blue box is behind me. If you follow me on my other social media, you've seen it already. It's from the Esteé Edit by Estee Lauder. They sent me over a bunch of their skin glowing balms. So this is the Skin Glowing Balm Makeup with Pink Peony. And it says, get a non-pearl glow with this tint that combines hydration with a bit of coverage for naturally glowing skin. And this comes with 12 shades. They have a range from the very lightest to the very deepest of skin tones, and then I found my in-between shade, so that's very nice that they cater to all skin tones. I feel like every single brand should really wake up and start including all skin tones, from very fair people to very deep people, because both ends it's very hard to find products that match. I have been kind of using this a little bit in my daily routine lately because I was really intrigued by this product, and it's summer, so this is perfect. This is kind of like a BB cream, but the consistency is very thick and moisturizing. I think it's somewhere in between a BB cream and a tinted moisturizer, but it does have pretty good coverage. It does have a pump, which is amazing. So I'm just going to apply it to the bottom of my beauty blender. And here you guys can see the consistency of it. It's very thick, but it has a light coverage. And just so you know, if I shake in my videos, it's because I always drink coffee before I film. I just felt like I needed to tell you guys that. So I'm just going to dot this all over. And blend it out with my beauty blender. One thing I kind of don't like about this product is the smell. I kind of expected it to have a floral smell because it has the peony in it, but I don't get a floral smell from this at all. I don't really like the smell of it. So I am going to add another pump to some of the areas of my face that I like to have a little bit more coverage. I feel like if you have dry skin and you're looking for a light coverage foundation or BB cream, you're going to be obsessed with this. My skin is kind of confusing. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's oily, but my skin loves this product. Okay, so if you stopped right now, you would have the perfect pool day makeup. It's no makeup, literally eyebrows and BB cream, but I would wear this to the pool. It just gives my face a little bit more protection and a little bit more coverage, and you can't even really tell that you're wearing makeup. So the Esteé Edit also sent me these Beam Team Hydrate and Glow products, and these are kind of liquid illuminators, but they're very different. They're not extremely pigmented. I would say, to me, this is more of a illuminating primer or something to put underneath your foundation to make your skin look super glowy. Or if you want a natural liquid highlight, I feel like these would be great. So they sent me their original Beam Team, which is more of a rose gold kind of highlight for my skin tone, and then they sent me their Beam Team in bronze, and this is perfect if you have a deep skin tone and you're looking for this kind of product, because this is a beautiful bronze sheen. So I'm going to go ahead and just swatch both of them really quick so that you guys can see the shades. So here is the original Hydrate and Glow. So as you can see, that's just a very pretty kind of champagne illuminator. And here is the Beam Team in bronze. And as you can see, that's just more of a bronze glow. That would be really pretty for a liquid bronzer if you wanted another kind of pool day look. I feel like that would be beautiful. And also, just a quick mention, both of these products actually have a flip cap where there's a cream highlight in there, but I just don't get much use out of this because it's kind of weird packaging. The cap stops right there, so you have to pick it up with a finger or a brush, and when you do that, it's very sheer. So I don't really like that feature, but that's just me personally, but I really do like the liquid part of it. So to kind of give my face a little bit of glow before I put my concealer on, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm applying some of this Beam Team Hydrate and Glow to the bottom of my beauty blender, and I'm going to dot this onto the high points of my face. So my cheekbone area, and then also my forehead. So hopefully you can see that just kind of gives me a rosy sheen. So next up, again from Amazing Cosmetics, I'm going to be using their Corrector, and this is a dual-ended corrector. Okay, so mine is in the shade Fair Light, and as you can see, it has a green end, which would be for redness. If you have redness in your cheek area, or if you have rosacea or anything, this would be perfect, and it's a liquid. And the other side is a regular concealer color, but it's kind of tinted in a peachy tone, so I think this is going to be perfect for brightening. So I am going to pop this underneath my eyes and on the high points of my face and see how it works. I've never tried the Amazing Cosmetics concealers, and I know that's what they're most famous for, so I'm excited to try this out. But I don't have any redness right now to kind of combat, so I'm not going to use the green side. So this is very different. The applicator of this is not your typical doe foot. It's actually a wand, and it has a little brush at the end, so that's very unique for a concealer. So I'm going to be brushing this into the corners underneath my eye, and this is super pigmented. I was not expecting it to be that pigmented. This is a very, very full coverage corrector. And I'm going to blend that out with my beauty blender. So a little goes a very long way with this product. And it is very, very brightening underneath the eyes, as you can see. Okay, so I already look insanely bright, and I don't feel like I need a concealer, but they did send me their famous concealer, and this is called Amazing Cosmetics The World's Best Concealer. And I'm going to pop this open. They sent me the shade Light Beige, and with this, a very, very, very small amount goes a long way, and this is 0.2 ounces, and they sell it in Sephora for $28, I believe, so it's gotta be good, and it's gotta go a long way, because that is a tiny amount of product. So what I'm doing is putting this on my middle finger, just a tiny dot, and then sharing it with my other finger, and using that to brighten up my under eyes and kind of conceal my freckles a little. Next, to set my under eyes, I'm taking my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder and my Morphe M438 brush, and I'm just going to kind of push this into the corners of my eyes. So for the rest of my face, I'm just going to take a little bit of my OFRA Oil Control Pressed Powder and my Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm just going to be pushing it very lightly. I barely have any product, and this is just going to give my skin a very smooth finish so that if I want to put bronzer and blush on, it'll go on nicely. Okay, so before I move on to the rest of my face, I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and this is the part of the video that might be kind of controversial, and I don't want to support this company because of what they did to other people. It's Lime Crime. They ripped off a lot of people, or they didn't, but their website was hacked, and I don't agree with any of that. But I had a gift card given to me, and the only thing on the website for the gift card that was given to me that I was even remotely intrigued by was this Lime Crime eyeshadow, and this is fairly new from them, I think. This is called the Superfoil Duo eyeshadow, and I got the one in the shade Electric and Barbarella, and I wouldn't be sharing this with you if I didn't like this product. I definitely don't recommend shopping directly from Lime Crime, especially with that whole hacking situation, but if you do want this product, it is really good, and if you do like Lime Crime and you don't have this, I do recommend this product. And it has the most beautiful kind of unique shimmery shades in it. This one's kind of pink toned, and this is almost like an olivey gold with super heavy glitter in it, and I really, really like these, especially in the sun. So I am sharing it with you because I personally like it and I have been wearing it on Snapchat, but I mean, to each their own with situations like this. This is my first Lime Crime product. I actually wanted to buy some of their lipsticks, but then that whole scandal happened, so I never ended up buying anything. Be very careful with who you do business with online. I ended up using a gift card, like I said, so I was safe no matter what. But this was also through a different website. So I will leave the website that I got this from down below, and I'll leave the link to this down below, and hopefully that's a safer website. So now that I've explained that, I'm going to swatch this for you because it's so intense and beautiful. I just want to show you. You barely even have to touch this product, and they are super, super pigmented and metallic. And I don't know, I just look at that. Just look at those swatches. I was so impressed by it that I kind of like put my angry bias aside and decided to get this, and I don't know guys, it's kind of one of the most pigmented eyeshadows I've owned. You guys can go ahead and let me know of your opinion on this whole thing down below. I would love to hear it. I just don't want there to be any battles in the comment section. But for today, I am going to use the shade Electric, which is the more gold toned shadow. And I find that the best way to apply this is actually with your fingers. Just like ColourPop eyeshadows, I feel like they go on better with your fingers. So I just take my middle finger, and this is a very, very lazy method of doing your eyeshadow too. So if you are looking for like a perfect summer, very quick, dewy look, this would be great. And I'm just going to dot this on my lid. I would normally prime my eyes, but you guys, I ran out of MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and it's really sad and depressing, and I need to go get another one as soon as possible. These would be insane if you wanted to use them wet. I'm sure it would be even more pigmented than what I'm doing now. So all I'm going to do now is take a clean blending brush. This is the Morphe M433, and I mean, it's not really clean, but it doesn't have any product on it. And I'm just going to blend my crease a little bit, and I go ahead and I let the glitter travel upward. I like it. I think it's really pretty. It's kind of an effortless summer look. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead and do my eyeliner off camera. I do it the same every single time. I'm just trying to save time here on this video because I know it's going to be a long one. But I draw my wing with my NYX Studio liquid liner, and then I fill in the rest of it with my Jordana Fabuliner. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back.
2 hours later.
That, my friends, was the worst eyeliner experience I have had in a very long time. I know we've all gone through it. I don't need to explain it, but you make the perfect wing, and then this one needs to be a little thicker, and then this one needs to be a little thicker, and eventually you just have panda eyes, and I had to start over. So this is what I ended up with, and I did add some Salon Perfect Demi Wispies, which are my go-to everyday lash. I don't wear lashes every day, but for a simple kind of muted makeup look like this one, it's a very sheer coverage makeup look. I don't want to have a crazy lash, so I just added my Demi Wispies and a little bit of mascara. I tried to save the day. Hopefully you guys aren't mad that I didn't do it on camera. You guys would have had some frustration through me if you were to watch that whole thing go down. So just be happy that you didn't have to witness it. So I'm going to take my NYX contour kit, and I'm going to take this more warm tone bronzer on my Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm going to warm up my face. So for this kind of summery look, I'm going to take my Milani powder blush in the shade Coral Cove, and this is that beautiful like flower blush. If you ever see it in the store, I highly recommend Coral Cove. And I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm just going to smile and apply this to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, so now to try out one of the most exciting new products that I purchased. This is from CoverFX. This is their custom enhancer drops, and this is in the shade Moonlight. These things are amazing. If you haven't seen them, I am sure you have, but if you haven't, they are extremely pigmented liquid highlighter drops, and they are just insane. I highly recommend the shade Moonlight. I am very happy that this is the one I could get my hands on. If I were to recommend another shade or pick up another shade, it would would be Sunlight. And don't get that confused with some of the other Sun Kissed or Sun anything else. Sunlight is the other highlighter, and then this is Moonlight. And then there's other ones like Celestial, which is perfect for a very fair skin tone, but Moonlight and Sunlight for my skin tone, I highly recommend checking those two shades out. So I have watched a couple other people try these out, and you have to move pretty quickly with them because they dry pretty fast. So what I'm going to do is just pop a couple drops onto the back of my hand, and you barely need anything with these because they are so pigmented and they go such a long way. And before they dry, I'm just going to tap into that with my finger and apply it to my cheekbone, and then quickly blend it out with my beauty blender. Now I don't even have a mirror in front of me, but from the viewfinder, I think I was successful. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I just very quickly put a few drops on my hand, dab it out with your finger, apply it, maybe a little more, and then quickly blend it out with the beauty blender. And they are just as beautiful on the face as I thought they would be, so I'm very pleased with these. And something I realized just from swatching them on my arm, once they dry, they are there forever. Like, this is probably waterproof. I'm not really sure if it even claims to be waterproof, but it lasted on my arm forever, and I think this is going to last me. And these are designed to where you can put them over powder and they still blend out nicely, and this blended out perfectly. So I'm glad I watched the other reviews on this product, and if you get these, definitely work fast with them. Just blend it out on your finger, put it on your cheekbone, and then blend it with a damp beauty sponge, and you're good to go. And for my lips today, I'm keeping it very simple. I actually have a patch of eczema on my bottom lip, so I don't want to use a liquid lipstick because I don't want to dry them out any further. Another thing from this Estee Lauder box that they sent me were these cocoa balms, and I've been using this clear one, so I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of this. These are very moisturizing, and they've actually been helping my little patch of eczema. And if you are interested in these, they smell really good, and they are perfect for putting on before liquid lipstick. But I am not putting liquid lipstick on today because that would just be a mistake for my little eczema patch. But I am going to apply my new lip gloss from Anastasia, and this is in the shade Butterscotch. I talked about this in my dupe video. It is a very similar product to So Cute by Kylie Cosmetics. But this one actually suits my skin tone a little bit more, and I like it more. I like the smell of it more, and this comes with me everywhere. So a couple honorable mentions that I'm not doing a first impression on in this video, but I do love from the Esteé Edit box that they sent me, are their Flash Illuminators. They sent me the Flash Illuminator liquids, and the one that I like out of them is Daylight number 4, which is this kind of peachy, pinky rose illuminator, and this is perfect for an under the foundation kind of glow. And then they also sent me their Flash Illuminator Fluid Powder, and I showed this on my Snapchat a few weeks ago. It's a kind of unique formula. It's a very creamy powder, and it's almost, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be fluid to powder, but it is kind of like a cream to powder type of consistency. And there it is on the back of my hand. So gorgeous, especially with a tan. I love this so much. So thank you so much to the Esteé Edit for sending over this box of goodies. Okay, so the very last thing I'm going to be trying out is from Tatcha. I've heard so many people talk about this. This is their Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and I have not even tried this yet. I don't know what it smells like. I don't know how it works. So right off the bat, I'm super intrigued by this because I think Jaclyn Hill raved about it, and maybe Manny, and the packaging is just so gorgeous of Tatcha products. They sent me this, and they sent me a cleansing oil, and it's just so luxurious looking, and when you pop off the cap, it's like a golden little spray bottle. So I'm just going to try this out. I'm gonna spray it away from me first to see how it comes out. So it comes out in a very fine mist. You don't have to worry about it like jetting at your face. So you do have to kind of get close to your face for this to hit you. I was like doing it from a distance and I couldn't feel anything, but I sprayed a lot of it and I am like really breathing it in right now. Whew. So yeah, it smells really good. I do feel very hydrated. And if you do have dry skin or you're looking for that dewy finish, I feel like it would be very beneficial to have a hydrating setting spray rather than a mattifying one. So I'm very excited about this, and I will have to keep trying it out and I'll let you know what I think about it and if it becomes a holy grail product for me. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope that you liked this get ready with me style video. I'm very sorry if it's too long for your liking. I just like sitting down and kind of explaining what I'm doing and taking my time and getting ready with you, but this was a lot of footage, so hopefully I can edit it down to a reasonable amount of time for you guys. But I do love talking to you and I hope that you guys like this style video. I hope you like the first impressions that I included in this video. I'm going to leave everything linked down below if you're interested in any of it, and I have my coupon codes and everything down there as well, and I'll leave all my brushes and all my information down there also. I hope that you guys like this look. I really like doing dewy summer makeup, and I've been wearing this type of look a lot lately, and I know a lot of you have asked for everyday makeup tutorials. I might do a more full coverage one in the future if that's something that you want to see, but for sure let me know what kind of videos you want to see and what you like down in the comments. Thank you as always for being here and watching me and supporting me. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I put out new videos every single week. Be sure to like this video if you want me to do more videos like this, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.